Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of the Wayne State Wack Pack on WAYN Radio. I'm your host, Tommy McCoy, and today we have a very, very special episode. We're here with my new friend, Mr. Caleb, or CJ, and it is, I'm not sure, so you go by CJ most, but your name is Caleb Harris, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so I'm really interested. Where does the J come from? Is that like just a middle name or something?
Yes, my middle name is Joel.
Joel, okay.
Yeah, so the fact that my first and middle name sounds nice, I give it like a nickname, CJ.
Yeah, I like nicknames. How many Grand Theft Auto San Andreas jokes do you hear about CJ?
Never.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah,
That's surprising.
I never played Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, GTA San Andreas, main guy's name is CJ.
Yeah, but mostly my mom always called me Buster Brown.
Buster Brown, where does that come from?
I really don't know.
Just something out of her imagination?
I guess so.
That's pretty funny. It's weird how moms can come up with stuff like that.
Yeah.
Hey, wait, let me move this microphone a little bit like that. And then try and talk kind of a little bit closer to it, just so, everybody can hear your beautiful voice. So, CJ, let's get to know you a little bit. So, what's your major?
My major has to be digital arts.
Digital arts, okay.
Yeah.
So, are you like a animator or a graphics designer?
I'm like both. I do illustration art and animation as well.
Okay.
Mostly characters. So I'm not great at backgrounds.
Yeah.
So
That's interesting. So, what kind of stuff do you animate?
I mostly animate 2D cartoons related to I guess TV shows, video games, and the people in the YouTube community that inspired me to do all this.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think that's interesting. I see animating stuff about video games and YouTube seems like that'd be fun to do.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like animation. Do you think it's fun? Like you draw, I assume, right?
I do draw.
That's cool. Do you I was looking at your Instagram and I could see there was a couple animations on there. I was looking, there was a drawing of, I know just recently they had this crossover of it's Sonic the Hedgehog and who's that character from Cartoon Network?
KO.
Okay, yeah. And they had
Yeah.
a crossover episode or something?
Yeah, I heard a little bit about the show of what it's really about. Just a kid crossing over with different characters.
Oh, so the whole show's a crossover thing?
Yeah, some that they made up and some from other universes.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so the fact that they wanted to make a crossover of Sonic, I figured, hey, why not watch it?
That's pretty cool. You a big Sonic fan?
I am, actually.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I love the fan base and hate it at the same time.
Yeah, why is that?
Mostly on how they always complain about the games recently, like how linear it is, how the storylines are kind of boring in some sorts, but they love the music, so that's one thing I agree.
Yeah, I do think Sonic has some great music. I know what's the song, Escape from the City? That's probably I listen to that in my life, not even
Obviously.
Yeah, that's a classic. So what kind of stuff do you do for fun?
Besides animations, I like to interact with people online, offline, so that way that keeps me out of my comfort zone and just do more in my life.
That's pretty cool. I like that idea of trying to break out of your comfort zone. I think that's pretty cool. I see you interacting with a lot of different people on campus.
Yeah.
How many people would you say that you know on campus, if you could even think of that number?
Well, I would say 50-50, I guess.
Okay.
So,
wow. So that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I mean, I just had on last episode we had my friend Vance on, and he said he meets people just opening doors.
Mhm.
That's pretty cool. You guys are a lot more social than me, man. I don't even hold doors for people here.
Sometimes I'm quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got to be in the right mood.
It depends on what type of topic other people are saying. So if it's something that I don't know, I just keep my mouth shut.
Yeah,
and just, do whatever stuff.
Hmm. I mean, that makes sense. Everybody has their thing, right?
Right.
So let's go a little more into your backstory. So, like, where'd you grow up at?
I grew up here, actually, Detroit.
In Detroit? Wow.
Yes.
Like down near the downtown, or like somewhere else?
Somewhere else around. Somewhere around the Renaissance, high school.
Mm-hmm.
So, not sure what street it is.
Yeah.
But
is that where you went to high school? Renaissance High School?
no, I came into communication and media arts high school.
Oh, okay.
Somewhere by Grand River.
That's pretty cool. So you got the media arts thing for a while.
Yeah, but they don't have art classes there.
Really? That's interesting. I mean,
Yeah.
you would think, right?
I would think as well.
That's interesting though. So like, do you like living down here on campus better than where you grew up at?
I would say, because there's a lot more to do around here
Oh, yeah.
besides just sitting in the house,
Yeah.
just doing same thing, playing video games and stuff.
Yeah. I've been there, man. I know. I still find myself like, even downtown, I'm playing video games when I could be out doing something.
Yeah.
So, do you here's an interesting question for you, kind of off the wall. If you had $1 million, what was the first thing you'd do with it?
Go to every single convention in the
Okay.
world.
What's the first one you'd go to?
I would say E3, obviously.
Okay, nice. So the big interest in video games, I see.
Uh,
I would love to go to E3 too.
yeah. I am planning to go to PAX East next year.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so I'm just preparing with my dad, trying to plan things out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he into video games?
Well, no, he used to, like,
Yeah.
in his younger age, but
Mhm.
now he's into like photography and videography.
That's
so,
cool.
So he would videotape recordings like in church events, weddings, school programs, and I do help him out with videography as well. So I do make capture videos.
Oh, okay. So like you record and help him do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. What's it like? So what if you shot like a wedding or something?
Yeah, I'll just have to stand in one. So basically, he has his camera stand, and I just had to record from that certain spot.
Oh, okay.
Then,
So you're just standing there the
yeah,
whole time.
and then he has the other camera where he can just move around and capture all the footage.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's as I'm a media arts major, and I'm constantly hearing about how videographers they make like all their money filming weddings.
Right.
It's like such a huge business just to record weddings, I guess.
It really is.
Hey, I guess I get it, right? I mean, it seems like something you'd want to save. So, I know you say like you're connected with a lot of people on campus. How do you go about like introducing yourself? Do you have like a method, or does it kind of just happen naturally?
I would say both. I would sometimes say something awkward, like I am always awkward saying stuff, but it works in some way.
Okay.
And then I start introducing myself, pretty much. So I have a somewhat comedic interaction with people.
Yeah.
And sometimes it can get a little bit awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that makes sense, right? So what do you mean by like when you approach them with something intentionally awkward? Is that like to get their attention?
In some ways,
Hmm.
I guess.
I mean, that seems effective, right?
Very.
Yeah. I know there's probably some situations where you've stuck in people's minds because of that. So, I mean, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Seems like a good way to you're a memorable person, clearly.
Yeah, hope so.
Hey, I think so. So, how do you feel about the people that you do meet on Wayne State? Like compared to other places that you've been, are they more like receptive to new people?
Yeah, a lot of people I met on campus are very nice and respectful. Sometimes they can have their own maturity ways, but
Okay.
I I can get used to it.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's a really big improvement from what I've gone through. Like, I guess in elementary/middle school, where they don't usually hang out with me as much.
Yeah.
I mean, that's on me mostly because I really don't know what they be talking about in some sorts.
Yeah.
So it's on me.
I can relate to that. I've got a lot of friends that it's like, in my head, I'm like, why don't, like this used to happen to me a lot when I was younger. Like, I'm thinking, why aren't people hanging out with me? But I'm like, oh, I'm not hanging out with them. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean,
I mean,
what can you do, right?
yeah. I mean, they look like the people that I don't want to hang out. So that's
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
much the reason why. So
That makes sense. That's cool. So what kind of people do you like to hang out with? Like other people who like video games and stuff like that?
yeah. People that share the same interests as I do.
Yeah. That's a big thing. You got to have stuff to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty cool. How are the people? You said you're in the before the interview, we were talking about the esports group. You said how are those guys? They seem cool.
They are absolute. They're actually my favorite people to talk to, pretty much.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What kind of stuff do you guys do? Just hang out and play video games?
We do, and then we hang out on Discord websites.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, you said you interact with people online. Is that through Discord?
Yeah. Not besides Wayne State Esports. I talk to smaller Nintendo YouTubers. That are in my age and some younger.
So like you you find people on YouTube and you reach out to them?
I do mostly when they're streaming
That's
or
pretty cool.
reactions of like video game conferences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting. I guess I never thought about that. The smaller channels are probably easier to reach out to.
Yeah, like it's a good strategy to like meet more people like on YouTube. You just watch their streams, see what they're playing, or if there's any like big video game conferences going on somewhere like in summers or late winters.
Yeah.
You would watch them and probably comment.
I mean that's kind of fascinating, honestly. I never really thought about that. Looking back on it, I feel like a lot of communities kind of are built on that. Just like commenting on each other's stuff.
Yeah, and then I would check out their social media on Twitter. So that's like the best way for me to like contact them, which I'm mostly active on Twitter.
Oh, okay. So what kind of stuff do you say? Like you just reach out, like say, "Hey man, what's up? I liked your video."
Yeah, I would sometimes DM on their messages and just I guess greet them. Some sorts.
That's pretty cool. You ever like have you maintained contact with anybody? You consider them like your friends?
Yeah. And yeah, mostly small YouTubers and some big ones.
You got any name drops you can land on us?
I guess my N10 collaboration crew.
Okay.
There's probably like 10 of us. So there's Luke, Aiden, Linkachu, Radical, Shy Guy Steph. So very interesting YouTube names actually. Yeah.
So who's got the most subs? Who can you flex the hardest with?
Oh my god. I'm not really sure. I guess from what I see, it's me.
Oh wow, dang. Okay, man. All right, I get it.
Yeah.
I respect that. Let's see. So speaking of your YouTube channel, I want to you could plug it a little bit. It's Cjdestroyah Gaming, and it's Cjdestroyah Gaming.
Yes.
And you got 1.7K subs. That's pretty good, man.
Yeah.
It's better than me.
Yeah, I think it's pretty big.
Yeah, that's awesome. So like, let's see. I'm looking at it right now. You've got like animation stuff. That's from one. No, wow, so you upload pretty frequently too.
Yeah, I sometimes upload randomly. So.
Yeah, and I see you do live streams and stuff of you animating.
Yeah, for the most part. I used to do gameplay videos, which it was pretty fun. But then it kind of changed a little bit.
Yeah. Well, you just switched it up from gaming to animating.
Yeah, and then I sometimes do reactions on video games and what else? Maybe also YouTube collaborations with other people. So
what kind of stuff do you do in the collabs?
We would sometimes do skits, reviews, podcasts as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So you're used to this then?
Yeah, I'm pretty much used to this.
That's pretty cool. So yeah, I'm looking here. You got an animation, I believe it says Sonic Twitter Takeover number 4 Chaos Blast. It's got 50,000 views.
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, that was like the easy take there, cuz they did their own Twitter podcast on Twitter where the actual voice actors in the Sonic games were answering questions from people on Twitter.
Yeah.
And then obviously I did gave them the question, but they didn't answer it. There was just lots of people there.
Yeah.
But then the thing about their podcast, like they had much characters from the games, and they put a lot of passion into it. So I figured, hey, why not animate one of the funniest scenes? So I take that and just make like a somewhat storyboard of it,
like a more simple animation.
Yeah, just simple.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like that. You know, I definitely have to watch it after the show. Like, I saw you did it was like a reanimation of something from the show Underdog. It's like an old cartoon.
Yeah, and I actually did that. I didn't see the little bit of the live action movie, but then that's how I watched the older cartoons from the 60s, and I don't know, the theme song always interests me in some way. So,
do you like those old cartoons?
Yes, I really love cartoon intros.
That's awesome. I remember, did you watch like Boomerang, that channel?
Yes, way back.
Yeah, that's how I got exposed to a lot of those old cartoons. I remember Hong Kong Phooey, that one. Did you ever see that one?
Yes, I actually did. So that's mostly like the Hanna-Barbera channel right there.
Is there other ones like that I'm missing out
on? Like recently, or just
I mean, just
older?
like other, because I know is like Hanna-Barbera not like, because I know that's like a big blanket of all those old animations is under Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah. You heard of Johnny Quest, right?
Oh yeah.
Yes, and then like clone versions of Scooby-Doo.
Really?
Yeah, in the 70s they would just make clones of shows related to Scooby-Doo, like this shark one.
There's a show about Scooby that's like a ripoff of Scooby-Doo with sharks?
Yes, Jabberjaw.
Jabberjaw. I have to look that up. That sounds funny, man.
Yeah.
I love Scooby-Doo. You know, I'm always fascinated at how like Scooby-Doo has existed forever, basically, you know, ever since its inception.
Yeah, my mom doesn't want me to watch Scooby-Doo.
Why is that?
I guess the monsters. I mean, they're not scary and stuff.
Yeah, that's funny, man. I guess she's just looking out for you.
Or maybe like the mood of the show is like mysterious and like scary and stuff. So
okay, like the horror theme.
Okay,
wow. Well, that's crazy. That's very interesting. You know,
it really is.
People have unique parents. So now I want to give our vocal cords a little bit of a break. So I'm going to throw to the two songs that you chose before we get on the show. So we've got Imagine Dragons, the song Believer, and then the theme from the Pumpkin Hill stage from Sonic Adventure 2. Do you know the artist? It's a rapper, I know that.
Yeah, it's a rapper, but
some unknown guy probably.
No, it's an actual guy. Probably have to look in the description down there.
Yeah, I'll find him while we're playing it. So yeah. So now I guess we're gonna enjoy these two songs that CJ has curated for us. So we'll be right back. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Wayne State Wack Pack. I'm your host Tommy McCoy here with my good friend CJ. And before we get back into the questions, I just want to let everybody know that tonight there's a women's volleyball game going on at 7 p.m. at the Mathai athletic center, and they're giving out free tacos, and they even have vegetarian options. So if you're on campus or after the show, go over to the Mathai Athletic Center by the football field and enjoy some free tacos while watching a game of volleyball. So let's get back into it. So let's talk about the music. So Imagine Dragons. What made you choose that? You a big fan?
Before that song, I've heard about Imagine Dragons from the movie Transformers. They perform Battle Cry, and then the fact that this song played in like the in a commercial of Nintendo Switch. That's where I heard the song from. So it was very catchy. Like,
yeah, I like some Imagine Dragons songs.
yeah.
And then, okay, so we got to talk about Sonic Adventure 2 music, okay? I got to admit that music that song is a bit of a classic, you know. I feel like if you're a gamer and you like video game music, I feel like that's kind of an infamous song, you know.
It really is.
Especially like the other songs from that game are great too, like Escape from the City,
Mm-hmm.
you know, that one's awesome. And I just feel like Sonic music in general is just really notorious.
Yeah.
Do you find yourself ever listening to like video game soundtracks?
Yes, I do. It's normal for me whenever I do animation, I would listen to music.
Mm-hmm.
So mostly the genre I would listen is like orchestra, rock, and jazz for the most part.
That's pretty cool. What kind of rock music you listen to?
Uh, most of it is just hard rock.
Okay, you got any bands specifically?
Crush 40.
Crush 40. Oh yeah, that they do the music for like what's it
Yes.
called, right? That's great, man. What a great band name too. Crush 40. Do they do stuff that's not for video games? They have their own music?
Yeah, they do.
How is it?
Same vibe from the
Okay.
games, but with their own CDs, I think.
That's pretty cool. I might have to check that out. I seriously never thought that they did anything besides Sonic music.
Yeah, I believe they did some music in one of the NASCAR games,
Really?
like in the 90s.
Oh, okay. They got a pretty 90s vibe to their music.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool though.
I guess they're fans of race cars.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, for some reason I can imagine their music playing to NASCAR, so that
Mhm.
makes sense to me. Okay, so we're the show's coming to a close here pretty soon. So the one thing I want to ask you is if you could leave one message to the people of Wayne State, what would it be?
I would say follow your dreams and keep doing what you always like to do. So don't let other people try to take away your interests of what you love, and sometimes you just want to embrace it, share it with other people. Maybe they'll like to get to know you more and things. So yeah.
Wow, man, that's amazing, dude. That was a beautiful message. So really thank you for being on the show. I really appreciate it. You've been a great guest, and I had a lot of fun doing this interview. So to everybody listening, this has been the Wayne State Wack Pack with Tommy McCoy and my good friend CJ now, and you're listening to WAYN Radio, and we will see you next week, same day, same time. And thank you all for listening. Bye-bye.
Bye.